Yeah, we haven't seen any snow in the Sierra for weeks, and aside from storms that moved through the first week of January, we've been dry all month. Tonight, we begin with team coverage of our dry weather. Meteorologist Angela Schilling is in the Stormwatch Weather Center with a look at our dry forecast. But let's start with meteorologist Jackson Chastain, live near Peavine Peak, with a look at the latest snowpack totals. Jackson.
Hey, thanks so much, Ryan, and you're exactly right. It's been since the start of January that we've had a good reinforcing storm, and I'm here at the base of Peavine Peak. This is one of the mountains that, if you kind of just take a look around just a few weeks ago, we actually saw quite a bit of snowfall on this mountain. But now you take a look in the background. A lot of bare ground here, a lot of brown. That is a completely different picture from what we saw 2 weeks ago when we had that big dumping snow at the start of the year. So it's been a real problem, and I've actually heard a lot of skiers and snowboarders at the resorts complaining about the fact that the snow quality has kind of decreased little by little. We've seen actually a lot of melting over the course of the past 2 weeks. In fact, if we took a look at the snow base depths at just 4 resorts, and I actually created a nice little graphic for this for Heavenly, Truckee, Palisades, and Mount Rose. Heavenly has seen about a 16-inch snow melt since January 5th. Truckee has seen about 8 inches of a decrease, Palisades about 10 inches, and then Mount Rose about 17. So there's places that have seen over a foot of snowfall over the past week, which is just absolutely ridiculous, but that's the pattern that we've been in. It's been relatively mild during the day, highs in the 50s, and then now we haven't seen a single really big snowstorm basically since January 4th through 5th. So that's been a real issue for us. But believe it or not, actually, and I do want to pull up this stat here real quick, we're actually doing pretty good for this time of year. In fact, if you were to look at stats from last year for the Carson and Truckee Valleys, snowpack was at about 64%, and now we're actually sitting just below 80% in the Carson and Truckee Basin. So it might seem pretty dire. We're actually doing pretty good. Live from Peavine Peak, I'm meteorologist Jackson Chastain, 2 News Nevada.